Rich people got more free things than poor people, just for having more money.
Horses are the most farted on animal ever.
Losing 10K unexpectedly has a much bigger impact on your life than getting 10K.
Almost all boomers reading social media posts about people embarrassing themselves are super happy they grew out of their teens before it was around.
You can't fake being an actor.
Life insurance companies essentially bet on someone's life.
Sandy Cheeks wears a spacesuit because she can't breathe underwater. But Pearl doesn't wear a spacesuit, even though she can't breathe underwater either.
Somewhere out there lives a guy who became rich by making fidget spinners.
Ernie and Bert have been roommates for over half a century, and Ernie still considers his rubber duck to be his very best friend.
One day, due to inflation, saying you look like $1 million to someone will be an insult rather than a compliment.
There isn't much technological advances you'd expect to see in the 3,000-plus year timeline in The Lord of the Rings.
Dentists and orthodontists are the sum of only people that it's okay if they have pictures of other people's kids on their walls.
You don't realize how sensitive your mouth is until you get a little hair in it.
A good part of having kids is to watch them grow. A bad part of having kids is to watch them grow.
One of the most valuable thinking lessons taught early is that all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares.
English is so prolific, when two non-predominantly English-speaking foreigners converse, they speak English.
Heavy too is the head that wears too many hats.
You can describe something as weighty, but not heighty.
Paper folders don't actually fold papers.
Now for a quick break. Stay tuned for more shower thoughts. Humans can lead a rich, fulfilling life for like 4 hours a day.
It's much more lonely to lose a friend than to never have had one in the first place.
Those who can't take advice need it the most.
Learning to be more patient takes a tremendous amount of patience.
The internet is obsessed with identifying people as narcissists.
Despite all of the destruction and interference humans have thrust upon nature, we've also given spiders a global jungle gym to weave their webs.
Even though cars are a fast way to go places, the duration of work necessary to afford it may subtly negate the actual benefit of owning the car.
It is easier to make a serious movie with a hilariously bad plot and production to the point of comedy than to make an actual comedy movie.
Most broke people don't want to look broke, which only helps to keep them broke.
Patience. Everyone wants more and no one wants to use it. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more mind-bending shower thoughts. Goodbye for now. If you liked this podcast, check out our other podcast, Daily Facts. This podcast gives you interesting tidbits of information to impress your friends, family, and colleagues with. So get smarter in less than 10 minutes a day. Just search for Daily Facts in your podcast app or check the show notes page for the link. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.